myself such time as I may consume.
The gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, H.R. 1214 would amend the Small Tracts Act to allow for the sale of small, isolated, federally owned parcels outside of the main body of a national forest, as well as parcels encumbered with certain special uses, such as cemeteries. The management of these isolated and encumbered parcels takes considerable resources away from the core mission of the Forest Service. Proceeds from the sale of these parcels would be deposited into a SISC Act fund and may be used for deferred maintenance, acquisition of lands for administrative sites or recreational access, or to reimburse the Forest Service for administrative costs in preparing the sales. The U.S. Forest Service has a challenging mission. Enabling it to develop a more manageable land base is simply good government, which is why this bill has such broad-based support. I also want to thank Chairman Conaway of the Agriculture Committee for his assistance in expediting this bill and would like to include in the record our exchange of letters on the subject.
Objection.
And I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman reserves the balance of his time. Gentlewoman from Michigan.
Mr. Speaker, I yield myself such time as I may consume.
The gentlewoman is recognized.
I thank the Speaker for his recognition. H.R. 1214 amends the Small Tracts Act to provide the Forest Service with more flexibility to sell or exchange small parcels of national forest land. This increased flexibility will allow the Forest Service to identify opportunities where the sale or exchange of small parcels of land will increase efficiency and improve the overall integrity and health of our national forests. I want to thank Mr. AMODEI, the sponsor of this legislation, for working with the Forest Service to update this bill so that it could be supported by both sides of the aisle. I support adoption of H.R. 1214 and with that reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman reserves the balance of her time. Gentleman from California.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield such time as he may consume to my good friend and Nevada neighbor, Congressman AMODEI, the author of this bill.
Gentleman from Nevada is recognized for such time as he may consume.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Madam Ranking Member. I also want to thank the Chairman of the whole committee, as well as my co-sponsors in this measure, Mr. Polis from Colorado, Mr. Shimkus from Illinois, and Mr. Jones from North Carolina. So as not to risk snatching defeat from the jaws of victory, I will be brief. I would like to tell you that this was my idea, and if it's a wonderful thing, but this represents taking care of some business that's been knocking around for probably a decade or more as far as the Forest Service is concerned. We are not moving the frontier into national forests. We are simply giving them the ability to administratively dispose of those lands that have become not attached to the national forest and have no management or land use characteristics with respect to the managing of a national forest. And so therefore, the other thing I want to point out is that it will allow them the ability to dispose of well into 6 figures worth of acres potentially over the next few years, much more than last year, which was almost nothing. And the most interesting thing is the resources generated by this will stay with the Forest Service for use under their various charges, as opposed to disappearing into that sometimes black hole in space referred to as the United States Treasury. I urge your nationwide bipartisan support. Mr. Speaker, I yield back.
Gentleman yields back the balance of his time. Gentlewoman from Michigan.
In closing, I urge all members to support this bill, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentlewoman yields back the balance of her time. Gentleman from California.
Mr. Speaker, I too would urge adoption of the bill and yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman yields back the balance of his time. The question is, will the House suspend the rules and pass the bill H.R. 1214 as amended? Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. In the opinion of the Chair, 2/3 being in the affirmative. Gentleman from California.
On that, I'd ask for the yeas and nays.
The yeas and nays are requested. All those in favor of taking this vote by the yeas and nays will rise and remain standing until counted. Sufficient number having arisen, the yeas and nays are ordered. Pursuant to Clause 8 of Rule 20, further proceedings on this question will be